a rock star. She's talking about her background, how she joined the service, and she is now one of the most powerful legislators in our country. Again, we're showing this to you because we're looking for you, my friends, to play your part in reclaiming our country, reclaiming our faith, reclaiming our politics, reclaiming our art, reclaiming our election process. Let's listen in to what Anna Paulina Luna is speaking on.
Potentially bring the change and be the change that I wanted to see happen in this country. So in 2020, I decided to run for office. And in 2020, I was not successful, but when you fail, you try again, and you will be successful, I promise you that. Everyone remembers that BLM was a summer of love, and I promise you, I'm not just telling you this to bore you, I'm not just telling you this to make you feel bad about the life and circumstances which I was born into, but this all correlates, because when you're in your biggest struggles, I do believe it's God putting you there, preparing you for something. In 2022, despite being outspent $12 million to one, having my own party back a pedophile defense attorney against me, I won my election. And it was a massive learning curve. You would think that when you go to Congress that they send you there and they want to teach you how to legislate, and they want to teach you how to put forward and do the right thing, but they don't. They want you to go up there and go to the lobbyist parties, they want to indict you, but they don't actually want you to advocate and do what you promised to do on the campaign trail.
Can you hear me?
I read the rule manual. It's crazy what happens when you read books. Read it multiple times, in fact. And shortly after getting
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Egregious hit piece come out from the Washington Post. Just real quick, how do you feel about the Washington Post? Now, I told you a little bit earlier about the background in which I came from, and this hit piece tried to discredit everything about my life. They try to say that I was a registered Democrat in the state of Washington, which they had to retract because that's perfectly false. They actually were able to access my military records as a sitting member of Congress, contact my old supervisors trying to dig up dirt on me. They reached out to my mom and asked for proof of death that my grandmother passed away HIV positive. They even went as far as saying that I made up my father's incarceration record. Little did they know that I had receipts for all of that, but they didn't want to print the truth because people like me on the left, we're not supposed to exist. We're supposed to be Democrats, we're supposed to be leftists, and we are supposed to embrace, especially if you're Hispanic, we are supposed to embrace open borders. They want us to pretend that all Hispanics are legal and say nothing about labor trafficking or child trafficking affecting our communities. And I'm not going to be silent on that matter. Had that article not come out, had I not had the facts to back me, Time magazine would never investigate it, and even though their hit piece was meant to destroy me, it actually ended up empowering me. In fact, Time magazine named me as the next 100 most influential people.
The issue with that, the issue was Charlie Kirk needed to pay for